Hello everyone. In this video we're going to solve the linear system using the technique of elimination. So we're going to take equation 1 and we're going to multiply it by 2. The reason being is because in equation 2 the 6x, the coefficient of 6 can easily be created in the first equation if we multiply it by 2, and with the distributive property it becomes 6x minus 4y equals 2. So this becomes the new equation 1, and equation 2 is 6x plus y equals 7. And if we subtract these equations, equation 1 minus equation 2, we end up with 6x minus 6x, which is 0. Then we have negative 4 minus 1, which becomes negative 5y. And then we have 2 minus 7, which becomes negative 5y. And then if we divide both sides by negative 5, since that's the coefficient on y, we end up with y equaling 1. And that is our first value in this linear system for the y value. Then we're going to take that y value and we're going to sub it back into the equation. So let's take the original equation 1, 3x minus 2y equals 1. 3x minus 2y equals 1, and let's sub y equals 1 into that and solve for x. So that becomes 3x minus 2 times 1 equals 1, 3x minus 2 equals 1, and then we bring the negative 2 over and it becomes 1 plus 2. So 3x equals 3, then we divide both sides by 3, and we find that x equals 1. So now we have the second value in our linear system, and now we need to check with the other equation if it's true. So let's take equation 2, which is 6x plus y equals 7, and let's check if 1 comma 1 is the solution. We solve for y equaling 1 in our first part, and in the second part of our solution we solve for x being 1. And now let's check if this is true with equation 2. So let's take the left side of equation 2, which is 6x, and we're going to sub in 1 for x, plus y, and we're going to sub in 1 for y, and this becomes 6 plus 1, which equals 7. And you notice that the original right side is 7. So we can make the conclusion that since the left side equals the right side in both equations, therefore 1 comma 1 is the solution to this linear system. And what started off with, we started off with two equations. We recognize that the first equation, the x coefficient is 3, and in the second equation the x coefficient is 6. And by multiplying by 2, we were able to manipulate the first equation and determine an equivalent equation by multiplying it by 2, which gave us a coefficient of 6, which allowed the x terms to eliminate when we subtracted the two equations, thus allowing us to solve for y. Then we took that y value and we subbed it back in to determine the x value. And we did that in equation 1, so we checked the solution with equation 2. And we found that the left side equaled the right side. So therefore, 1, comma 1 is the solution to the system. And what does that look like visually? Well, on the grid at 1, 1, this is where both lines cross. That's what it means visually. Visually, it's the point of intersection, visually. And thank you for watching this video. That concludes the video on solving linear systems using elimination. Please subscribe to my channel to receive more notifications when new videos are released. Take care and have a great day. You guys are awesome.